just died on us. But it's okay because we're back. But this live is gonna be a 10-minute live. It's gonna be a 10-minute live. My partner definitely was like, "Come back, I miss you," and I was like, "I got you." But yeah, I just wanted to finish the live because we were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about so many things, and it just left. I pray, I pray everybody gets shown the new live. I pray. Hope all is well. Genuinely hope all is well. Woo! But yeah, no, the, beating up the car and shit. Thank fuck. Word. I'm glad. I'm glad. Listen, I've only been live for 1 minute. So I'm hoping that it gets itself together. I'm also on 10%. And I have a 10-minute live. So we've already lost 2 minutes, but it's okay. I'm just here to tie things up and basically say that the last thing that I remember Hale wrote was that being autistic and being trans is a performance. And I was appreciating that sentiment because I genuinely feel like I'm just putting on different clothes and like people are treating me different ways. Like even with this hair, like I feel like there's way more black people where I live now versus where I was living. Like I was living in a very Caucasian area. And so I barely saw black folk. I saw white people more than I seen black folk. However, now I'm in an area where I see black people every day, brown people every day. And so I do think that like my hair and like how I'm looking out here is definitely treated a little different, a little bit nicer, to be honest. But again, I'm surrounded by black folks, so like black folks aren't gonna treat me like shit. Like white people though, and non-black people, absolutely. And again, not saying that black folks don't have the propensity to treat people poorly. Like everyone can treat anybody poorly. What I'm trying to offer is that like most black people are not on site being shitty to people. And I say that with an asterisk because I feel like mostly black children and black women and black trans people, like I'm seeing them more in abundance out here, and I'm grateful because again, if I'm seeing a queer person, I'm seeing a white queer person. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm not seeing anybody who's black and queer, but I do think that it depends on what communities you're in, and so I'm trying to get it together because I really do want to be in community with other queer folk of color, especially black queer folk. But I do get a vibe like it's like co-ops out here, like Hidden Hills, like people in their own like areas, and like they know where to find each other. Oh, Maya, you did ask me about this in the last live, and I told you before. Friends don't joke about friends. Friends don't joke about friends. If you were trying to be funny and it didn't land with her, maybe be honest and say, I was trying to make a joke. And see what she says. But the reality is like, it's not really funny when people are making jokes about something that you can't change. Like she can't change her tan and how bad it looks. So that's why I suggested that you offer to support her and help her with her tan if you really care that much. But if you don't really care and you're just playing with her, then leave her alone because her not talking to you at school means she's setting us a boundary. When people don't talk to us, when they usually do, that's a vow of silence. We have to just pay attention to what people's actions are giving, and her actions are giving. She is taking a step back from you. She is not liking your behavior, and so she's decided to remove herself from you. Let's honor her. Let's honor what she's up to. If you'd like to communicate with her, I would suggest a letter, just so that you don't bombard her with the shame you may be feeling and try to put it on her. Because at the end of the day, her setting a boundary, we're actually proud of her. We're proud of Friend. Because Friend said no, it's not going to work. And Friend didn't even bother to tell you what you did because you know what you did. You're fine, you're fine. But she didn't even bother to let you know because you know, like notice the story you're telling me. You said you did something to your friend that was hurtful, and then she took a step back from you. Because I remember your question from the last live. You're fine, you're fine. Yes, yeah, she's teaching you how to treat her better. And that's all I know. Again, like some people's behavior is bullying, and they want to get people to be on their side. Like we see what Reddit be giving. Reddit be giving that a lot. Like people bringing up stuff that's so wild, and it's like you could tell the way they wrote it. Like they want people to be on their side. Saying that you were just joking. Did she know it was a joke? Because if the joke was that we're laughing at her because she doesn't look good, what's funny? Just thinking about it like that. Like what's funny about your friend not looking good and you seeing it and you're not helping her? That's all I'm saying. Now again, when I was your age, was I old enough or cognizant enough of other people? No. And unfortunately, what this may actually be speaking to is maybe how you're being bullied in your home. You know, a lot of bullies is getting bullied at home, and that's why they bully. And I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just trying to offer that like some people's home life is really setting them up to just be talking to people crazy, and they're wondering why they don't got no friends. You know, and I say that as someone whose mom was verbally abusive. My mom absolutely was verbally abusive towards me, and so yeah, I was verbally abusive towards other people. I'm not saying that to say that that was a good thing. It was not. But now that I'm no longer away from my mom, I can actually see like how she actually diminished me to where I wanted to diminish other people as a standard. I can see how her mouth and how she was talking to me definitely put me in a place where I felt belittled. And so I learned that skill from her. I had to hold that. And I may have learned it to a degree to where I've done irreversible damage in some relationships. Absolutely. Those are things that don't make me happy. They don't. And so you're young enough to where you're actually sitting with your behavior and you care enough to where you want to ask people, you know, what did I do wrong? What should I do next? That's a good sign. But I don't want you to get caught up in how it was a joke. I want you to just think about what jokes are really funny. What's a funny joke, you know? And just deconstruct it and see what's really the punchline here. Cuz some jokes are not jokes. Okay. Here's the thing. If you're noticing that this person is darkening their skin with a tanner, maybe urge them, you know, to just keep on doing what makes them happy and leave them alone. Because I feel like there's a lot of more questions now that I have, but I feel like I don't even want to entertain it too much. Here's my thing. If you have a friend that is darkening their skin, that is weird. I'm gonna be so for real. I feel like if you're not already melanated getting a tanner, I don't understand what's going on. But even getting a tanner is very interesting to me. I understand hyperpigmentation and wanting to like make your tone one tone. I understand that for sure. I definitely have many different colors right now. I feel like people can't really tell because I'm in the sun. But outside the sun, bitch. Many, very calico vibes. Very calico cat. Yeah, Amaya, you shouldn't be on this live, so you're going to be removed. Again, this live is not for children, so if anyone's on here under 18, you definitely lied on YouTube. And so I'm gonna have to remove you, and we could just move on with that. Her saying she 13 is wild to me, because it's like, oh my god, like, they fake tanning at 13. I didn't even realize. My goodness. But I did though, because I knew a lot of white girls that used to wear fake tanner. A lot. In high school and college. Again. I don't want to go too deep into it because it just sounds like a lot. And honestly, we done already wasted our whole 10 minutes, baby, talking about a 13-year-old problem, baby. I'm crying at us. Like, we really did that. Again, I don't disagree with anything that Hale said. I feel like, you know, I feel like my original advice stands. Like, why are we making jokes about people? But it's also like, if someone's saying that someone's looking darker than usual, now I'm sitting here like, because as a lighter skinned person, like, I'll never experience people telling me that I'm too dark. However, I have the ability to go out and get a tanner and darken my skin, and people will like I don't say people will like me more. What I'm trying to offer is that like I if I were to engage in that, and I'm not. But what I'm trying to offer is that when I first got on the internet, I definitely looked darker to some folks because I did not know what my shade was, and I was relying on bronzer. I was just bronzing the whole shit. And people accused me of bleaching my skin at some point, which I thought was very interesting because I was just like, damn, like I feel like that's But now I have been seeing that there are pills you can take to lighten your tone, and people have been taking them, I've noticed. And so there is a part of me that's like, you know, I think it's called like gluteone or something. Yeah, we trying to just make sure that they know, like, there's no need to be mean to people. Or just even be bringing up shit about people. Like, I just feel like there's invisible parts of everybody, right? And so if I put on tanner and you're my friend and you know I did, and people are asking you about my tanner, I don't know. Again, these are 13-year-old problems that I don't know how to navigate all the way because I feel like the way she brought it up and how like I just feel like some people the way they tell stories is so fascinating because people will tell stories very interesting because it's like in the beginning I'm thinking it's like some at least college, at least like they're on campus. Not Rufus, bitch. Not old jump scare. There's soap from TikTok? No. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. There are some people that really do believe that if they were to take these pills, that would result in a better life for them. And I feel like I don't really want to comment on that because I feel like it would be the same thing, in my opinion, as somebody like critiquing fat women who get weight loss surgery. I'll never be in that room because I'm living every day as a fat bitch. I understand why bitches don't want to be fat bitches. I absolutely do. With that being said, I'm past the point of like really being too worried about my fatness and anybody worrying about it. But for younger fat people, I do understand why they do certain things because hello, when you're young, that's when people are the most fat phobic, I feel. I feel like the older I get, the more people just give me a look like you're fat. Like there's a look now. It's a look like trying to get their friend to look at the fat bitch. Like there's energies, right? But when you're young and fat, people really are just so comfortable being like, "Hey, you're really fucking disgusting to me." Like they do not even care. They'll be like, you know, your entire body actually repulses me, and it's like they do not care. The older you get, the more people are scared of getting beat up or shot. But when you're a young fat bitch, my heart goes out to all of y'all. Not motherfucking two shades from Bubble Bath. Taylor, I'm fucking crying. I'm fucking dead. Listen, at the end of the day, like, it's on nobody to be, like, changing their body. What up, Kasi? It's on nobody that should be changing their body, but I understand why people do. Like, I just feel like, I know it's a nuanced combo, but I feel like it's important to hold as a fat person because I've seen fat people lose weight and really pop out and be like, bitch, I wish I never did that shit. Like, I've seen fat people lose weight and you could tell from how they're operating, they think they're better now and like they're elevating in a particular way. I've seen it. And so I don't want to be giving people too much for their decisions with their body because at the end of the day, like, you gotta feed that motherfucker, water that motherfucker, take your own dookies. Like, you gotta be the one to do it all. But I've been reading about the Ozempic people. Like, apparently, like, every day they have diarrhea, and that's why the Ozempic be working. It don't let none of the fat stay in their body. All the fat comes out the butthole. I didn't expect to talk to y'all about this today. That's why I tell you this live is about nothing and everything because it's about nothing. I hear you. Mio, why am I crying? Why am I crying? Why am I crying? You are so funny. Like, just naturally hilarious. I was only supposed to stay out here for 10 more minutes, but there's a part of me that wonders, like, what kind of conflict me and my partner will have if I go over my time. We're still in that beginning phase, you know what I mean? Where all of my neurodivergence is cute. Um, definitely. Ink. I know you seen that shit. Mm, yeah. Again, it's very scary to think about our fat bodies as projects because I'm not like I'm not above looking at my fat body in the mirror and thinking some fucked up things, but I do try to loudly correct myself. I feel like that's what's changed with me is I'll be like, and that's why I'm also gonna plug Porsche again. SAYITAINTPORSH. She is a fat black rapper, and I am obsessed with her content. Obsessed that she said she's gonna be dropping some new shit soon. She's already on my heavy rotation mix, bitch. Honestly, amazing. And I just love the pride like fat black femmes have, and I appreciate them. And I'm hoping that like she just continues to flourish, and other fat black femmes just put themselves out there because it's the market is so dry. It's a lot of white people pretending to be people of color. And so just please know, like, you have always had the juice. Whatever the fuck is in your cup, that is the juice, okay? Copyright your shit. Copyright your shit. Yes, I'm so glad. Yes, Porsche Party. Oh my god. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Like, yo, the Gemini be popping out. I love her. I am staying fat, and it is glorious. Absolutely. Again, what is good for me does not have to be good for you. Nobody is saying that if you want to lose weight, you're a bad person. I refuse to believe that. I feel like every summer I do lose weight. Every winter I pick more back up. It is literally the nature of me. And so maybe you may find that during the summer months, you gain more. Maybe in the summer months, you the pasta linguine girl. Like, whatever the fuck it is that happens with your body. Like, you know how your shit be fluctuating. So, I'm disabused of the idea that I'm going to ever be a small person. But I also know that that doesn't matter. Not Black New World Order. I'm pretty sure, like, from what I've noticed, like, there's, like, a, like, first of all, your name is Troll, so I don't even know why I'm even engaging you, but I feel like from what I've, like, read about BNWO, like, it's really, like, a fetish. It's more about fetish play than it is about black people being, like, actually in charge of anything. So, you're weird. Um, Right, but that's the thing about being in an anti-black society. Like the society that we live in literally hates black people as a standard for hating everybody else a little bit less. And so when you're a person who is fat, that is connected to blackness. It's very fucked up to say that, but like at the same time there is something there. And that is why fat blackness is seen as such a like people feel so comfortable commenting on fat black people in a particular way because there's an unspoken but very spoken coded way that people acknowledge like that fatness is not supposed to be in black people, or black people are not supposed to be fat. Like I've seen people like try to make it seem like fatness is like some white thing, and that like if there's a fat black person that like they have somehow like taken on some whiteness, or they're somehow like letting themselves like go or not hold the standard of blackness. And it's fascinating because there are racists who are white supremacists that really think that fatness and blackness are like tied together inextricably, And therefore, even a smaller black woman is seen as big depending on who she's in proximity to. So when someone like Azalea Banks, if she ever physically engaged anybody white her same weight class, people would still see her as the more dangerous and the more lethal because they're connecting that to her blackness. Whereas if Lonnie Love were to like abuse somebody physically, I feel like that's why when the news with Lizzo came out, people immediately were like, yeah, like let's get her, like let's what you. And again, I'm not saying we shouldn't believe victims. What I'm trying to offer is like people had no pause. People were immediately dragging in this way that was like, wow, like I didn't even see this for R. Kelly. I didn't see this for Diddy. I didn't see this for Tyga. I didn't see this for a lot of people. But Lizzo, immediately. I appreciate y'all. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that we shouldn't trust the victims in the Lizzo case. What I'm trying to offer is that, like, if you're fat and you're black, people are going to unfortunately connect those two things as like a double negative against you, and will be more likely to think bad things about you. To be quite honest, if Amanda Seals was not thinner while also being light skinned, I do not think she would have a career at this point. Like a lot of her ability to continue to be marketable is resting on her beauty and marketability and desirability. And I'm not trying to make it seem like she is the most beautiful woman and that's why she's getting a pass, but she has been allowed into the Hollywood that acknowledges, or she's been a part of a portion of Hollywood that has been uplifting her as black representation. And therefore, like, they're going to keep her around because I mean this so sincerely. Like, people were trying to say that Shannon and people, like, I'll just keep it on Shannon. People were saying that Shannon Sharp is like a tap dancer. People were saying things about Lonnie Love as well being a tap dancer. Like, when there are darker skinned black people who are operating in a way that other people feel like is not like what black people should be acting like, people have no problem being like, this black person is not operating how I like. This black person is being woodland creature. Like, all these ways that like people will just be like, you know what? This is a black person that's doing something wrong. However, when the conversation is around a lighter skinned person who has more of an ambiguous look, like they're more apt to like there's more of a conversation. Like I just feel like there's so much nuance in the critiques of Amanda that are not happening for anybody else. And again, I'm not trying to say people should be dragging this girl to hell. Not at all. What I'm trying to offer is that when us lighter skinned people do certain shit, we are really our hands are held. And even her getting on Shannon's show, say what you want about Shannon, but that was a plan. That was a plan. Like she's not like Amanda is very smart. And I mean that in a way to say that she's calculating and she's aware of the optics. She's not going on a show where they would be pointed with her about her politics and engage her in good faith. She specifically went on Shannon Sharp's show because she knows that he sits there and doesn't really do too much. Unfortunately, Shannon Sharp, from what I've noticed, loves white women. And I personally feel like from the critiques I heard about him, it kind of showed. Like when a black man, unfortunately, and this is an unfortunate thing, is really into white women, there is a contempt that they be holding for non-white women. And I'm not going to say how they be going towards black women because there's black women who know what I'm trying to get at. But I've definitely been around black men who really felt like white women were more superior. And I could tell by the way they were engaging me, by the way they were treating me, I could tell that I wasn't really a woman to them. I was just a bitch in the room. So with that being said, there's a part of me that believes like she probably knew that it was going to go one of two ways. He was going to let her run it because he wasn't as educated as her, or she was going to run circles around him and make him look stupid so that she could get her buzz back. That's how I'm thinking about it. Cause why would she go on any publication to just any publication to talk when there are so many things being said about her? Like she went to the place where she would have the most time to say what she wanted. That's all I'm trying to offer. Is like I feel like she went to the specific location where she could be showing her expertise. And I'm not saying that to be shitty. I'm just saying that to say that like there's just struggles that light skinned people are not struggling. Like that's just that on that. There's just struggles that light skinned people are not struggling. And again, I'm not trying to take away from lighter skinned black people in any particular way. What I'm trying to offer is that like the ways that like blackness is put on people that are not deep dark skin is situational as fuck. Like there's like I just feel like it's very situational. Like in some rooms, people are nice. In some rooms, people are kind. In some rooms, people are anti black as a standard, and I'm catching the stray. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to offer. Is like Amanda is not going through the brunt of anti blackness, but at the same time, the anti blackness that she's experiencing is not to it's not to take away from what she's experiencing, especially breaking silence about being autistic. However, I do think that it's worth saying people being autistic doesn't mean that like we're impervious to like being unlikable. I think unfortunately we're more unlikable, you know what I mean? Like I think we're more unlikable because we're not following the script. You know what I mean? Like if I was the type of person who never made lives, like I think about myself right now. Like I prioritize talking to community than I prioritize my partner right now. My partner wants a break from their baby to go use the bathroom probably or make a snack or something. And I told them I would be in there in 10 minutes. I'm not in there in 10 minutes, and that's okay to me. That's not worthy of harming me or being mad at me, but if they're upset, that's also valid. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, again, like, I'm free as fuck. Like, I'm a free ass bitch, but I also think that it's okay for people to be annoyed, you know? But I think that that kind of personality bothers the fuck out of people because some people really want you to, like, really have really strong emotions about everything, and it's like, I don't care. Like, I care in ways, but I'm not gonna give too much energy to shit that's like not about to, you know, this ain't no forever ass anger that's supposed to manifest seemingly. But, anyways, I say all that to say I am gonna get up out of here because I feel like being 10 minutes late is cool, being 20 minutes late is extra as fuck, and I feel like I don't mind being extra because I fuck with y'all. And also, again, I enjoy being here. Like I said, like I've been trying to get back into community. I'm actually doing something in Michigan. I don't know if anybody in Michigan is still here with us, but there's like a queer mingle coming up. That's like you need to actually do like a Google Doc like to like sign up for. So if anybody is gonna be around Detroit area next week, I want to say it's the 7th or the 11th. I could be very wrong about both of those things, but I have the link to the document. I haven't done it myself. I'm just at a point where I'm just trying to get people to come to it. And then if it's whack, obviously we'll talk about how whack it was together. But my plan is to just go up in there and see what's up. Because I went to a queer mingle event not very long ago, and it was very fun. I had a great time. And I actually met someone that I wish I would have got their contact info, but I didn't, and I regret. But afterwards, we went out to eat together, and that was a really cute moment because it reminded me of being in high school and like having way too many people at a diner and just like being kind of annoying, like six or eight people deep, but in our own little world. Like it was very cute in that way. I miss that shit. Like, ugh. Just catch me at the bonfire, you guys. Like, I'm really trying to like be a real person who is not a hermit, and like that is so hard because everything costs money. Um, but I hope y'all get some time to be outside and be out here. Um, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are so many black people. Oh, I miss y'all too. I appreciate y'all for being here. But no, no, no. Genuinely, like, before I go, troll, like, there are so many black folks that are in the black community. Like, no one black person represents the entire community. And honestly, the amount of black cis male abusers that are in the community being outed is not a bad thing. It's good that we're talking. It's good that people are breaking silence. It's good that people are saying that this person harmed me and I want to tell y'all my tale. It's all good. And I hope that more people break silence. I know that not all of us feel safe to. I know not all of us even have a friend to tell our shit to. But oh fuck, I was in the middle of telling y'all a whole crazy ass story about this man Julius, and it got cut off, and I'm pissed about it. But what I'll say is this: it's never too late to talk about what happened. It's never too late to be like, you know what, I actually didn't appreciate this. And I say that to people that I've harmed. I say that to people that you've harmed. I say that to people that feel harmed in general. And that's probably me and you together, right? So with that being said, I hope that we get the strength to talk about who hurt us, and I hope that when we talk about it, we're held. You know, like I hope that we're just held in it, like not necessarily being persuaded to change our minds or forgive anybody, just be held with what the fuck we share and just, you know, still be lovable. Because at the end of the day, like going through this much trauma and harm, it does make you question, like, are you worth loving? Yeah, every time, always, forever, to freedom, forever though, for real. But I know it don't feel like it because again, some people be treating us like shit. Sometimes we be not knowing our worth, or we do when we go on sale, do a little clearance, do a little buy one get 500 free, and it's not even necessary. So I really hope that you're like really taking control of what you can control, okay, and letting some of the other shit go, cause you can't control it all, baby. You can't listen to Control album by SZA, baby. You can't control it all. Control what you can, do what you can, drink some water. Especially my people out there that are trying to enjoy the sun. Sunscreen, it's worth your time, okay? On the hands and on the face and on the neck and on the decolletage, or whatever the fuck they call it, okay? Just get the sunscreen, okay? The Family Dollar got the sunscreen too, baby. Do not sleep on the Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on the Tree of Dollars. Don't sleep on the Dollar Generals. Don't sleep on the Everything $1 store. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it, babe. They got stuff in there for you, and it's in your budget. Okay? Good candies in there. Good snacks in there. Anyways, with that being said, thank y'all for fucking with me. Thank y'all for chilling. I don't know when I'll be back. I'm really trying to like get my menu together for this week because honestly, this week at my job was a shit show. But I at least got a package out today. Woo! But yeah, definitely looking for other employment at this point because I'm just not sure. Like I'm disillusioned slightly. It's like I love what I do, but there's also a part of me that's like, am I still in crisis? Like it's hard for me to like disconnect the job from the crisis. It's just like I've never done this job and not been worried. You know what I mean? Like doing this job, I've been shook. I'm over here trying to step into joy and ease, and I gotta go into the work headspace, and the work has been survival. So I'm just like, damn, I'm in survival mode, trying to do some work, and I'm surviving. So I'm feeling fucking out of sorts as fuck, actually, and so just trying to figure out what to do. Just trying to figure out what to do. If folks are looking for anything, I'm on Twitter at Marfmellow, MarfMellow. There's a picture of Sailor Moon being hugged by a giant nug of weed. That is me. But yeah, if you need anything, let me know. I'm also low-key trying to figure out how to live in New Orleans for half the year. Pray for me. Pray for me. Because that is really my desire. Like, I love being in Michigan. The weed prices are so nice up here. Housing prices, bullshit though. So I'm really trying to figure that out. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I feel like I'm just trying to become like more of like a I'm trying to be more of like a professional shopper. Like I'm trying to figure out what people really want and then like tailor like things to them versus like just having a menu. Like I feel like I'm trying to like, you know, ask more questions, be more involved and just see what people are liking so that it can be more of like a personal service. Because then that way maybe, you know, we'll be able to figure out like the perfect things for people. I'm definitely going back to New Orleans. I'm trying to get back there. I'm trying to visit soon, to be honest with you. I'm trying to see what's up. Cause I miss it so much. I seen somebody take a picture there recently, and I was like, fuck, I know exactly where that is. I miss that city. Um, Word, yeah, no. I feel like I gotta like. I think I just need to ask my new partner for help, and like, I'm like worried about it. Like I know they're gonna be helpful. I know they're gonna say yes, But like I'm scared about like a new relationship being tied to my business because it's like I've been doing it by myself for a year, failing on my own, but still doing it on my own. So I shouldn't even say I'm failing. Like I'm behind, but I'm not down. Like I gotta just stay up. I gotta stay up. I gotta like I'm not failing. I'm still moving. Um, but yeah, no, I miss New Orleans so much. I mean, hell, don't play, cause both of us going might be a little more realistic. Haha, just saying. Exactly, exactly. Like I'm trying to just like figure out how to like ask for support and not be annoying. Also one of my homies, like one of my day ones, like not really day one, but very close to day one, is literally moving to Chicago and I'm so sad. Like I feel like everything that my life is about to end in 4 weeks and I'm terrified. Like I'm actually fucking terrified. Between me and you. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the next 4 weeks at all. Like the house is getting packed up. I know I have to clean out my room. And all I want to do is just like hug every like little piece of things in the house. Like I'm just like ugh. Like I'm just. As I said in the video I deleted that I'm gonna say again. I just like I'm around white people I don't have to recover from. Like that is not every day. Like I think about that so much. Like that like there are white people I've encountered and like I'm still having to like heal from them. And so I'm just I'm grateful. I'm so happy. But I'm so sad. Cause it's like I've never like felt like damn, them white people was cool as fuck. Like completely like I never felt weird. Like I never like even moments where I was like hurt by certain behavior, like it was like my expectation. Like it wasn't anything that was said or done. And so I'm just like depressed that my cool friends are dipping and I don't know. I just feel like I never met people that were consistently kind. But we deserve to feel that. We deserve to feel that. I know I'm not leaving, or they're not leaving me. Like, I know we're not leaving each other, but I am so sad because, like, my living space has just been, like, it's just been so loving that it's been, like, healing in a way that I didn't realize how much I needed. Like, there's just things that I'm doing. Like, I can feel myself, like, coming out of, like, my mask, my fear, my, like, just awkwardness, like, the shame, all of that shit. It just feels good. Like, it just feels good. Like, I'm crying, but I'm not hurting. Like, whew, that is like a hard thing to hold though, because I'm usually crying because I'm very fucking in pain. And like, I'm very much not feeling pain. I'm just sad that I won't be able to see them as regularly. But, I'm grateful for this moment. Like honestly, like I'm grateful as fuck because I'd be like crying and I'd be really hurting y'all. Like I'd be really hurting. But in this moment, I'm like, no, I'm actually feeling loved as fuck, and like I'm feeling like talked to so nicely and so gently. And there's curiosity, not statements. And so it's just like I know that I'm not like in the best place, for sure not. But I'm not being harmed by people, a little party on the pussy for that one. And people aren't treating me like shit and reaffirming things that I felt based on past behavior. And it's also been kind of hard to be in this new city because I remembered today that like I actually lived in this city with one of my exes, the one that I was homeless with for many years. And this was one city that we were in a lot. Like we would like be paying for motel rooms like in this area a lot. And I just started noticing like all these places that I've seen before but with them, and it just like fucked me up. And like Nat was being like really sweet, and they were like, it's okay, they were like, it's all right if you're not feeling like your best, like it's okay if you're crying, feel your feelings. And like it just like had me like, damn, like too many heartbreaks, you know, too many heartbreaks in your life are not good for you. And so I'm about to blow my nose with a goddamn baby white bitch. That's where we're at. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, like I'm just hella grateful. I know some people in my hate thread was talking about they was mad that I was so comfortable. Bitch, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just feel like, honestly, like, I know that nobody owes us anything. We're not owed anything, right? But when white people say, yeah, you can come live in my house, like, that's not a license to fucking harm you. And yet, and so that's why I'm grateful, like, honestly, that, like, I was in a space with white people and they did not hurt me. Exactly. Thank you so much. Like, again, I feel like I know this new relationship probably seems quick, and I don't disagree with you. Like, I feel like we're moving very fast, and I told them that. And I was just like, we don't have to move this quickly. Like, there's no time limit. Like, there's no countdown. Like, it's all good. Obviously, I'm moving out in 4 weeks, but that's not anything that has to do with them. Like, they already offered to help me move my stuff. Like, that's already been figured out. But where I'm moving to is like really what's on the agenda right now is me trying to figure out like where exactly. And so that's where what I've been focused on mostly is just finding housing, and like I'm looking into a couple co-ops, but a lot of them are not in the city, which but I would leave the city for a good co-op. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my spring and my summer and see what happens. But I'm telling y'all right now, if I am not in New Orleans by my birthday, I don't know. And I don't even be making plans like that. But I really do feel like by the time it's getting cold, I pray y'all see me in the Gulf. I pray I'm on the Gulf Coast, bitch, when it gets cold. Cause right now my plan is to spend like the spring and the summer just like finding my housing for the rest of the year up here, because someone's gonna sublet my space. Like I'm not gonna have to be there all the fucking time. But if me and Nat end up living together, bitch, that's even better for me, because then I just have to figure out like what I'm doing in New Orleans. So that's my plan, honestly, so that I have a bedroom in 2 different states. Like that is my goals, low key. Like I met somebody with ADHD who has like a house in like Michigan and Virginia, and I was like, that is so sexy. Like I'm so jealous, cause it's like both states are sexy as fuck. If you don't agree, that's fine. Like I feel like until you really go to a state and be in it for a minute, who knows what the fuck is you're gonna really like about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't like Indiana. Maybe I really do though. Like maybe I would actually like it, but I don't think so. Somebody do. Somebody like Indiana. Anyways, I know I said I was gonna go, but then I lied. So I'm still here. But I'm gonna go now. Anyways, yeah, Virginia's nice. I actually would live in Virginia too, but I feel like if I live in New Orleans, I have to pass through there to get up. I mean, I don't have to, but I could. And so I feel like that's my thought process. Is like if I get to live in the South, that means I could be, in other parts of the South. Like that's at least my dream, is to have like 2 different locations in the North and the South, so that when it gets real cold, I could be warm, and when it gets too hot, I could be cool. That's my thought process. Um, but yeah, no, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me, because I'm making a lot of moves that my ancestors don't fucking understand at all, and they don't get it. They don't see the vision, but I do. So, anyways, love you. Take care. I appreciate you. Bye.